I'm excited today. Here on YouTube Hero, we're talking about how to use a book to get clients. And I've got Noelle Randall here with me, who I think is the master. Of all the clients I work with, I produce over 50 different YouTube channels. Noelle is the example. She uses this so well. So by the end of this video, you'll know how to do it too. Now, most of this is going to be coming from Noelle. I've prepared several deep questions.
Okay.
So I'm going to talk about the book itself and how to create it, the best type of book, but we're going to get into the numbers, like how much money do you make? And I want to talk specifically about some of your funnels. Is that all right?
That's totally okay.
Okay, so I see you've got 4 books here. I recognize the one on the top. That's the one that you use. Is that your first?
Yes, that was the first.
So talk to me about that one.
Yes,
How
I
did you
think
create
this
it?
is the book that I made the most money off of. This is Real Estate Millionaire Secrets. And so this one has the call to action, and I created a funnel that was noellsfreebook.com. And I really like that, obviously that domain, that personalized domain, first and foremost. You know, Real Estate Millionaire Secrets would have been like really long.com. So just kind of making a domain that was really easy. That was probably the first step of the real book funnel. But the book itself was really easy for me to write because obviously I started broke, bankrupt in my parents' basement, started doing real estate, and now today I'm a multi-millionaire in real estate. So I have a lot of secrets on how to do it with no money, bad credit, you know, just like the worst situation ever. And that's really what's in this book. And so it became a great product to give to people if they were interested in my channel at all. Whether you're going to do real estate today or even maybe 5 years from now, this is great information for you to say, all right, I know it, and maybe one day I'll actually buy some rental properties. So that's kind of the idea of how the book came along.
How long did it take you to write that book?
So this book did not take me very long because this was not written by me per se. So I actually got a ghostwriter. I was, making the YouTube content, and I had probably about 8 months on YouTube, I think, before this book actually came out, which is why I said earlier in another episode that my first call to actions was a webinar. It was not a book. I did not just come out the gate with a book. I actually was able to get this book written with a ghostwriter using a lot of the YouTube videos I had already made. So it was almost like, not only was I able to make YouTube videos, get money from the YouTube videos, have call to actions, people are interested in that, but then to be able to use those YouTube videos to write a book, that was a game changer for me.
So that's really cool to know. And you did say something earlier that you had a lot of experience. I mean, So you knew the answers.
Yeah.
So that was the hard part.
Right.
But once you get to that point, you had a ghostwriter right there. That's really cool.
Yes, I did. And like I said, using the YouTube content, I was able to pull some of these videos. And then, of course, we talk, we edit. They would send me questions and we would kind of put it together. But it moved so quickly because of the YouTube videos I already had. I had like this library of content to give to them, and we just put it in writing almost, like transcribing a lot of it.
Now, I haven't asked you this before. What type of feedback have you gotten from people who've read the book?
Most people absolutely love the book. They said it's a very easy read. It's very simple and breaks down a lot of things. Like, I got really good feedback, which is why I then wrote another book, right after it, just kind of on this one here, which was Millionaire Business Secrets, was just about starting the business, the LLC, the EIN, the power of business credit and business funding. And so that was really inspiring. Like, okay, they really like this secrets. Let me give them some more secrets that are just business, not real estate. Mm-hmm. And so like I said, the content in the books really just flowed from the content and what my audience was already giving me from the YouTube channel. It was a really great marriage between the two.
So how does it work? Like how does that get people into your funnel? Let's just break it down.
Okay, let's break it down. So let's just start with this one here. Like I said, I'm making a YouTube video and say lots of different titles on how to flip a house, or how to flip a house with no money, or how to buy a house without credit, or again, different topics that people are searching for. I make the entire video, and then the call to action says, go get my book absolutely free. You just cover the shipping, noellsfreebook.com. They go to that site. If you could check it out yourself, we'll put a couple of screenshots here. Immediately, you see the breakdown on the page. I have a video that I actually made for the landing page, okay? They fill out the information for their credit card, and boom, the book is there. And so not only did I sell a product, obviously you're not making a ton of money on the books. That's not what this is about. It's more so I have their email address now. I can make them additional offers. So if you actually went to the noellsfreebook.com funnel, you'll notice that after you put your credit card in and said you want this book, of course I'm going to offer you something else. Hey, do you want to come to one of my events? Hey, do you want my other book? Hey, how about get all 4 of them since you're here? And you can really monetize that and take a free plus shipping and turn it into into a $100, $200 sale every, 20, 30% of the time.
When I first heard that you had done that, where a person coming through to get a free plus shipping offer and to cover the shipping, might cost $5 or $10 or something like that.
Yep.
No profit margins. But then you told me, yeah, typically I'll make $100 profit. And I was like, explain that to me. Like, how does that work?
Right, and that's the power of a funnel. Obviously, you're in the funnel now. So again, you're not going to get every single person to, some people are just going to take you up on the free book. That's all they want. They're out of there. But about 30% of them are going to take one of your other offers. So if I say, hey, do you want this book? 100% of the people took it, but then 30% will get this, another 10 or 15% may get the next thing. So the funnel actually has 3 or 4 different offers in it, depending on what I have going on. So if I'm having an event, of course, and you got my book, of course I'm going to say, hey, do you want a ticket to my event at a discount? Usually the tickets are $700, but since you bought my book, I'll give it to you for $250.
That's really cool. So you update and change your landing pages and the funnels according to what you have going on?
Correct. I'll usually change, not necessarily the first page of the funnel with the free book, but the upsells in the funnel and the downsells, those are definitely changing. Okay, Nate, I know that you've done a book. Tell me a little bit about your book and the different experience that you had writing it.
So I learned from you, and I took 2 years. So
Okay.
I didn't take the fast track to write the book. I did hire a ghostwriter. I had to go through 2 ghostwriters to get it in my voice and make sure it's perfect.
I love that.
But yeah, 2 years of work to make this. So, but I love it. I've gotten amazing feedback,
great.
above and beyond what I was hoping for. So I've been using the same thing.
2 years? Why did you feel like that it took you 2 years to get that completed? Besides, obviously, 2 different people helping.
I wanted to use it in the same way as a lead generation tool, but I also wanted it to transform people's lives. And I really just had this vision of what I wanted it to be. The first ghostwriter that I hired, he was really good at helping me outline the content and but he wasn't a very good writer. I was going through and rewriting stuff.
Yeah.
That was a little bit discouraging. And for me, writing, it takes a lot of mental power. Like I would write for an hour and it would be good, but I'd be exhausted for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
So then I found a second ghostwriter. Anyway, that long story short, it took me 2 years. Then I wanted it to be designed perfect. This is not the cover that I designed. I designed a cover and I loved it, but then the woman that helped me design the interior, she did such a great job, and she mentioned something to me. She said, hey, I love the cover that you've designed. Are you open to another option?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, I know what that means. Yes, I'll. And when I saw what she did, which was this, this one and 2 other options, I'm just like, yeah, that conveys what I'm going for, but it's way more professional.
Yeah, it's a great cover. So let's talk about, though, how you transform that into clients. Like you said, you want to use it the way that I did, almost as a lead magnet. It grows your email list, et cetera, et cetera. But again, you wanted it to change lives.
So it's done that in a few ways.
Okay.
One, people who've never become a client of mine, they've read the book and they've become millionaires.
Love it.
It is so awesome.
Yes.
That is so awesome.
That
So
is.
mission number 1,
Yes.
changing lives that happen. Okay. Now, a lot of people will get my book and then they'll reach out to me. And because they understand my strategy, they have the clear picture of what value I provide, the services that I offer.
Right.
Because what I do, it takes some education.
Yes.
People don't see what YouTube can do for their business. And so I just show them, here's the strategy, here's what you can expect if you do these things. Then they have clarity on the strategy and they're like, okay, but that is a lot of work. I want to hire Nate to help me. Let's see what that looks like. And so then when we're talking on Zoom, it's really just a conversation about, okay, where's their business at? Is it a fit? Should we work together? This is what it looks like. And they're like, yeah, sign me up.
Okay, I love it. I love it. So you've been able to just get clients. Basically, this is how a book turned into clients for you. People have literally read your book, never even saw you on YouTube, and become your client.
Well, admittedly, I use YouTube to funnel people to the book.
That's
just
right.
like so
Yes.
like find me on YouTube.
Yes.
Some people go straight from YouTube to a strategy session, but ideally, if they haven't read the book, I send them a 30-minute video so they can get a clarity on what the strategy is.
I love it.
So when they've read the book, I mean, when people come to me and say, I've read your book, I'm like, yes. and my book doesn't sell. My
Right.
book doesn't sell.
Yeah.
Meaning, like, here's what I charge, here's what services I have.
Right.
But it does sell them on the strategy and the track record of success that I have. They can see themselves using the strategy.
Yeah.
So when they come to me and I'm like, okay, they know the strategy and they still want to talk to me, this is awesome.
Yes. And I think that's how you get actually a better client, a client that's kind of already indoctrinated into you. I found the same thing. Like obviously, all of my books are on Amazon. In fact, 3 of the 4 of them are Amazon bestsellers. So people sometimes will even find the book on Amazon, not finding me on YouTube, and they do come into your process recognizing you as an expert. So that's a really big benefit of a book.
So 2 other things I wanted to make sure we covered in this video. So once they join your email list, right? Okay, they opt in, they put their email in there.
Yes.
What do you do with that email?
So many different things. Obviously, now they are on your main list and you can send them what we call, a nurturing campaign where you really get them indoctrinated into knowing you. You give them great information. I actually have like a series I think of as maybe 10 straight days where I am telling my story, telling them personal things that I don't necessarily talk about on YouTube, kind of getting them to know me and really know everything that I'm about even after they've purchased the book. And so that's the power though of getting an email. Obviously, you don't have to immediately start offering them things and selling them things. It's such an asset that you can use, just to talk to them, just to say, hey, this is who I am. What's going on? Let's talk. So the email is so important. It really is.
So I learned that from you, and it was such a relief because I felt like, okay, I worked so hard to get their email. Now I've got to like make an offer, right?
Right.
But when I learned like, no, this is to nurture. This is to strengthen that relationship.
Right.
What I also learned from you is like you can start emailing them daily. And that was such a shock to me. But I've done it. I've got 30 emails. So 30 days of getting a daily email. And I was worried what my email list would think about that.
Right. No, they
I've
love
only
it,
gotten positive feedback.
Yes.
I have people that come up to me. I was at a conference and someone came up and said, man, you are brilliant. Your system is so well refined. I was asking them about it and they signed up for the email list and and I'm giving them value just like I give in YouTube episodes.
Correct.
So it works really, really
well. It does. It's such a complimentary thing. So they're watching you on YouTube, but if you can get in their email box, that's actually a little bit more personal. They do not have to go search for you on YouTube to see you or hear from you.
Okay, so that last question I wanted to ask, when they're on your email list, you're nurturing them, how do you then get them onto a call?
So obviously I am offering them what's called a strategy session. So in many cases, I'll even sometimes tell a story. I had this jerk at the real estate investor meeting and he treated me really badly. If you ever have an experience or you want to go into a real estate meeting, but you don't know what to say, hey, sign up for a free strategy session. So that was really big, free strategy sessions, and even maybe offering that on a lot of the videos because people saw that as such a valuable thing that they got to talk to me. And in the beginning of my YouTube channel, you were really talking to me. And obviously now it's my team. I will not pretend that I'm taking all of those thousands of calls, but it was really great for me too to connect with my audience and give them those free strategy sessions so I could really figure out what they needed too.
Okay, so you get them from YouTube, they join your email list, you're nurturing, giving value.
Yes.
But how often do you invite them to that strategy session?
Probably after the 3rd email, I think 3rd day, and again, like you said, a sequence, I'm offering every day. Hey, do you want a strategy session? Teaching something, and at the end of it, it's right there. Hey, do you want a free strategy session? Hey, do you want a free strategy session? And then again, that's for a limited amount of time. You can create some scarcity, like, hey, we're closing out the strategy sessions for, that person because they've had their opportunity or their window. And we get a lot of people to sign up for strategy sessions, and it's helped so many people because you really, whether you're going to be able to coach them or not, you'll be able to help them with some answers and give them a strategy for that.
Now, this conversation's brought back some memories recently. We filmed a course together.
Yes.
And it turned out so valuable.
Yes.
And I want to offer our audience a gift. The course is for sale. It's at YouTubeSalesMastery.com and 50% off if you use the code YouTube. Because you watch this video here on YouTube, I wanted to offer that gift. How do you feel about that?
I absolutely love it. I think someone that's interested and knows that they can use books and all of these great things, especially YouTube, to sell books too, you'll definitely want to get this entire course. And of course, saving 50% for a limited time is going to be an amazing way to get this course.
I want to emphasize some of the things that Noelle shares because it's her and I together, and I interview you a lot on how do you use YouTube to generate leads, all the way through to the strategy session. But we go in depth even on that strategy session, like how do you handle that conversation?
Right.
What percentages do you have?
Right.
Like it's an amazing course. So I hope to see you there.